All right. And we are live talking about the 2026 PGA Championship from Aronimink. That'll be happening this weekend. I'm here joined by my brother Jake. We'll be in attendance on Saturday. It's about a 2-hour and change drive down there for us. But enough said, I'm really excited for the weekend. Jake, what do you think?
Yeah, you got to love a Northeast PGA Championship. Hasn't been around for a couple of years. I know me and you made the drive up in 2023. That was probably double as long as the ride. I think that was, like 5 hours?
Yeah, we got our first comment here. We'll show it real quick. Joey Brown. I like Justin Rose this week. It's not for me. I think there's a little too many distractions there with the new clubs, but of course I could see it happen. He loves this course, so.
Yeah, we'll get into it, but we'll go player by player.
Yeah, just going to show the comments as they come in, of course.
Yep.
So, yeah, we'll start talking about the course, Jake. What have you been seeing on Twitter?
Yeah, honestly, seeing that it's going to be a pretty scoreable course. People are thinking the score is going to be double digits, like somewhere between 12 to 16 under. So I've been hearing people on the course saying the goal is to go 4 under each day, 16 under, get in around there somewhere. I'm hearing the weather is supposed to be pretty good tomorrow. It might rain a little bit, but besides that.
Yeah, where do you have the winning score being this week?
Yeah, I think it's going to be like 14. Give me 14 under. I like 14 under.
Yeah, I'm right there. I think the over-under is 12.5 or 13.5. I'm not sure.
I think it's 13. Yeah, 13.5.
Yeah, I think I like it to be right around 13. I think the first 2 days will play easy, but as some weather comes in and it gets hotter and the greens firm up, definitely think it's going to play harder on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, exactly. If there's no rain between Thursday to Sunday, yeah, I think it'll definitely firm up. A lot of people are talking about just driving it down there and just going from there too. So
yeah, I think there's something to be said where that could be a strategy, but again, it's going to be hard to hold these greens if you're hitting out of the rough, right?
Right. Yeah, you would have to think that unless you're going into like back pins, then maybe that is a good strategy. Who knows?
Yeah, true. All right, so I think we'll split the show up into a couple parts. Obviously, we'll answer questions as they come in. We'll talk about the favorites, who we like, who we're fading. Then we'll get to the mid-range, and then potentially some longer shots we like down the board, all right?
Got it. Cool.
Yeah, so let's start with the favorites. I mean, you really have that group of the top 3. I like to say a top 4 because I think Fitz is in that conversation with the year he's having.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, another comment comes in here from Michael Kennedy. I like Vic this week. Jake, what are your thoughts on Vic this week?
Yeah, he's actually got pretty good odds down the board. I think it's like 60s, 70s.
Yeah, 60, 70, I've seen.
Yeah, not for me this week, but yeah, I could definitely see it. Usually he played good at Oak Hill. It's a good course comp for this course. So who knows?
Yeah, very good. I see a lot of people saying that's a big course comp. I don't mind Vic this week. It's not for me. I would have liked to see him maybe contend a little more before this tournament in order to get there on him. But again, his number wouldn't be 60 to 70 to 1 if he had. So that's the way you're taking the stab. But yeah, I don't mind Vic. All right, yeah, so let's get into those favorites. We said, I think you got the big 4, Scheffler, Rory, Cam Young. I think I cut out there. I'll go again. Scheffler, Rory, Cam Young, Rahm, and Fitzy.
Mm-hmm.
Out of those 5, Jake, if you had to pick one, who are you taking?
Yeah, I mean, if I had to pick one, it would definitely be Scottie. I think this is an ideal course for him. He's coming off a bunch of second-place finishes. This is where he turned up last season. I think this is just prime for Scottie to get back on track here.
Let me rephrase the question then. If you had to pick one and bet the number, who are you betting?
Yeah, I mean, well, the thing with betting Scottie is if you're betting Scottie, you really can bet Scottie in like a long shot. So it's really, you want to bet Scottie or you want to bet a few guys in the middle of the pack, couple long shots, who knows? But yeah, I do think Scottie has a great chance to win this tournament, but yeah, I'd rather go with a couple of guys in the middle pack. I do like Cam Young a lot this week. I mean, what's there not to like about Cam Young? I know you got a nice future on him if you want to talk about him real quick.
Yeah, I bet Cam Young. I hit a bet. I hit Goddard up in Phoenix, and my account was flooded with money. And you know what happens? You win a bet. What's the first thing you want to do? What else can I bet on? So I get on my phone. I'm looking at U.S. Open odds, and they weren't great. So I went to the PGA Championship odds, and it seemed like the tournament was closer. So I made two bets. I got 2 clicks. Number one was Cam Young, 80-1 was my first click. I have 2 units on Cam Young. It's a nice payout there. And then my second bet was Brooks Koepka. You know, me and you are Koepka guys with the autographed hats. We were there when he won in Oak Hill on Sunday. You know, the D'Angelo family runs deep with Brooks Koepka. You could see the poster behind you. I got him 65-1. So a little better than what his number is right now. I've seen he's at like 45-ish. So I got 20 points there. So happy with that future as well. So those are 2 of my bets this week going forward.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think about Rory this week?
I saw that he had to walk off. He wanted to play 9 today, but he walked off after 3 or 4 holes with a blister on his foot or something.
Yeah, I think that's honestly like just bullshit. I think he's fine, just like
It's interesting with
precautionary.
Rory because you win at Augusta and then you go to Quail Hollow, and it kind of seems like he was more of a, I'm just going to show up and see where the cards fall, where they fall. I'm not looking into that finish too much. I think Rory's one of those guys that could turn it on a dime if he wants to. But at that price, I think I would sucker up a couple points and bet Scheffler instead of Rory this week.
Yeah. Who knows with Rory? Honestly, he's been showing up in the majors the last couple of years. I think he's shifted more from like a PGA Tour player to a better major player, honestly, in the last couple of years. So, you know, he won the last 2 Masters. I think he's talking
definitely
about just driving and gouging it down there, having all these wedges. And then, like, what do you think about like maybe Bryson this week then, if that's the strategy?
Yeah. He left such a bad taste in my mouth after the Masters, Jake. Like, I know he's this polarizing figure, but, the thing with Bryson is you're going to bet him twice a year. It's either going to be here or it's going to be at the U.S. Open. I don't know. I have a hard time getting there, but I just think I would rather put my money in other places. I don't think he's a bad bet.
Yeah. Honestly, his odds are a lot better than what I thought they would be if you told me these would be the odds a couple months ago. Like, I bet in the futures, his odds are way better now. What are they, like 25-1, like almost up to 30?
Yeah, it just seems like, and I don't like this, but it seems like he cares more about his content than his actual performances.
Yeah. And I mean,
did you see what he said of what he would do if Liv shut down?
Yeah, I don't know about these other guys. Like, I don't think it's really affecting guys like Rob Hatton or like anyone else. But I think for a guy like Bryson, I think it is kind of affecting him and this whole live shit going on too. So,
yeah, I do think it's affecting Rahm as well. We should talk about Rahm a little bit. I mean,
yeah,
I think Rahm's a pretty good play here. Everyone was on him at Augusta, and he didn't play that well. So I think that he kind of left a bad taste in people's mouths. But I think Rahm could be a good play, especially in DFS this week if you're looking to build a lineup. And if Rahm's like the most expensive guy you have, that'll be a different build than a lot of people are going for.
yeah. I mean, I could see John Rahm, but it's just not for me. I don't know the argument for taking John Rahm over Cam Young at the same odds. Honestly, Cam Young's playing way better.
I think the argument would be there, Jake, that Rahm is a major champion. He's got to cross that line. It's
right. But you got to think about recent form and just playing on the PGA Tour too. Like, Rahm's first time playing in the U.S. besides the Masters was fucking Live Golf Virginia this last week.
Listen, I agree with you. So I'm just saying that's what the argument would be.
Right. 100% agree. Rahm is like historically a more known golfer. I 100% agree.
Yeah. All right. So we can start getting into some of those mid-range guys. Who do you want to talk about first?
Yeah, we could get into Aberg a little bit if you want to go into him.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead, because I know you have a lot of praise for him, and then I'll go after.
Yeah, honestly, I've kind of been chasing Ludwig for a while now. I am going back on him this week. I was surprised his odds were honestly getting this high. I saw a 24 number that I got in on. So I do like Ludwig this week. I think it is a good course for him. He's been playing very consistent. He's got a bunch of top tens down the line this season. I think it's just a matter of that Sunday finish for Aberg, and it just comes down to that for him. And I will take those chances.
What do you have to say to people that say he can't close?
You got to just think about everyone that couldn't close before. You got to be there before to know how to close too, like he will close eventually.
It feels that way, but I don't know. He can't close
for a guy as good as his talent, Dylan. You got to remember this guy's playing this good. This guy's playing this good.
Championship, but
this guy's playing this good. He joined the tour like 2 years ago, bro.
I know he's a winner on the tour, but you look at his finishes this year. This guy is gagging away tournaments, and I agree. You got to be there to win it, and you're going to gag it away sometimes. But I just feel like that when he does finally get through the finish line, it'll be somewhere maybe like a Travelers or like if he plays in the Rocket or some bullshit event like that.
Yeah. I mean, the predicament I was in is I was either going to bet Scottie or I was going to bet Cam Young and Aberg. And then I have two long shots I was going to bet either way. So I decided that.
So which one are you betting?
I decided that I'm going the Cam Young Aberg route because I'd rather just have those two guys value instead of one. I think Cam Young honestly is playing arguably the best in the country, the best in the world right now, if not, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, can't argue with that. Ever since the Ryder Cup, Cam Young, his career has absolutely taken off.
And it's honestly bonkers that he had to qualify for the U.S. Open last year.
In a playoff, Jake.
Yeah, it's bonkers.
It is insane. And now you look at the guy and you're like, man, if he wins this week, you're going to be talking about him in the same breath as how hot he is with Scottie and Rory.
Yep, no doubt. 100%.
Yeah, truly insane. So we get into the next bit of players, and I think you get towards your Scheffler and your Fleetwoods. Any love for those guys?
Yeah, I'm not really on Xander. Honestly, he really did not play good last week. I think that left a sour taste in a lot of people's mouth. I know you were on him last week if you want to talk about it, but
yeah, I mean, you look at Xander and he's been playing phenomenal, but he kind of has a little bit of, and we spoke about this last week. We got a pretty heated debate. He kind of was backdooring his finishes outside of the players.
Yeah, now you want to realize that? Yeah.
Yeah, he was kind of backdooring his finishes, but I don't know. I felt like he was due for a good week, and I think he can play well here. But again, it's like, wouldn't you rather see him contend a little harder before he gets across here? And I don't like how his game looked. He's making a lot of bogeys, and then he's chasing birdies pretty hard after, and he's going after pins. It's not for me here, but it's because he left a bad taste in my mouth. But it could happen. He's a PGA champion.
Yeah, no doubt. He's a two-time.
We got a comment from Mac here talking about your boy. Aberg due for a W. Feels like it.
Yep. No doubt. I 100% agree. I was just talking about it before. Yeah, I definitely feel like Aberg is due for that W.
Yeah, I mean, kind of back to your point. Keep contending. Sooner or later, the ball will bounce your way.
Yep.
All right. Any love for Fleetwood? Because, it's a no from me. I mean, I think Fleetwood's a certified loser, so.
Yeah, I know Tommy's kind of flying under the radar now because he hasn't really been playing that good. But last week he actually did show up, kind of faded on Sunday. But yeah, everyone's talking about Tommy's only win was against 29 other guys. Like, has he won in a big event? This is a field of 156 guys. So is Tommy Fleetwood really going to beat 155 other guys? A lot of people are wondering at those odds. Probably being like the sixth or seventh favorite or something.
I got him as the the ninth here.
Yeah, like the ninth favorite. Like, no way.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't really talk about Fitzy.
Like, I actually don't mind. Like, Tommy will make the cut, and he'll probably get like a T14 or something like that. But
yeah, but he's never gonna have a chance to win.
Right, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely not making my card. And you know what I don't get about Fleetwood in these sports books? Who in their right mind is going, let me bet Tommy Fleetwood at 27-1 when they can bet Bryson or Fitz at 22-1? And Fitz is a major champion. Bryson's a multiple major champion. Fitz has won twice this year already. Like, I don't understand that.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about Fitz either, if you want to go
Yeah, I
there.
was just going to.
Yeah, I mean, what's there not to like about Fitz, honestly? He's won, like 3 times this year already. Once with his brother, got his brother tour card, and then his brother almost won last week by himself. So, honestly, a crazy story for the Fitzpatricks lately. But
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be seeing both of
Matt,
them for a long time, it feels like.
yeah, I mean, Matt's been red hot. Did not play good last week at all at Quail Hollow, but who knows? I mean, Fitz has been awesome this year, a lot better than he's been the last couple of years. So who knows? I mean, it's not for me at those odds. I know me and you both did hit him at RBC, great hit, but
Yeah. I mean, that was a sweat
this field,
Scheffler, but
that was a sweat, and that finish was honestly, he almost sold it away. But to get him at almost the same odds that we got him at for a field that is double the size with the guys that are better golfers in the field now. So, yeah, it's just not for me, honestly.
Okay. Yeah. So this is where the odds take a big jump. We go from like our 27s. We go from like our 27s, 28s to towards like the 40s and 45s. So we'll get into it. I'm going to give you a group of 3 now. Group of 3 with Koepka, Morikawa, Henley. Any love for those guys?
Yeah, I mean, Colin's not really for me this week. I know, honestly, he was kind of dead for me right away when I saw his press conference, and he's talking about how he's not still 100%, still complaining about his back. So, yeah, it's
It's
just
not the
completely
most
dead.
Colin thing in the world,
Yeah,
however.
Yeah, like biggest complainer of all time. But yeah,
Biggest complainer of all time. Nothing's ever his fault. It's all the media's fault. It's the fans' fault. It's the course's fault. It's the equipment's fault. It's his back's fault. Well, here's an idea, Colin. If your back is bothering you so damn much, why don't you take some time off and skip some tournaments?
Yeah, I mean, it makes no sense with Morikawa. You would think the guy would figure it out. Like, what was that tournament that we were on him for one and done, too? Like, he was actually playing good. He just wasn't hitting putts, too.
Yeah. No, totally. All right. Let's, I know you had some love for Brooks, so let's hear it. Why is Brooks going to win this week?
Yeah, I mean, Brooks has been playing great again. You got another major championship on a big Northeast golf course that you could just bomb it down there. People are talking about and play with their wedges. Brooks is a free agent again, where he won his 4 majors in 2 years. Back with his good irons. Played awesome last week. Big shines of life. Led the field tee to green. Second in driving. I think he's like 3rd in PGA Tour and approach play this year. His irons have been awesome. He's finding love again. He had a 64 last week, 29 on the back. So, Brooks, yeah, it is for me this week. You could get him up to like 50, 55-1. I think it is a good play. I do.
Yeah, I mean, if Brooks
can putt this week. Yep, 100%.
If he can putt this week, he will absolutely be there on Sunday in contention. There is no doubt about it because the rest of his game is red hot.
Yeah, that is the question that is in doubt every week for Brooks. Can he make a few more putts? That is the question. Yep.
Yeah, so I'm there with you. I got that future, as we said earlier. So, so far I got Cam Young, Brooks.
I do like, yeah. I actually do like Henley, but I'm not in on him.
Neither am I.
Yeah, like the odds just aren't there, but I actually do kind of like him at this course. But
so I think you might have bet this next guy, so I'll let you speak on him a little bit. Patrick Cantlay, the Iceman.
Yeah, I actually do like Cantlay this week. Cantlay, you can get up to like 60-1. Cantlay's got 4 straight top 12s, including one at Augusta. A lot of people are talking about his putter struggles so far, but he had the best week of his season putting last weekend at Quail Hollow. So the putting wonders are getting a little bit better. He played. He had a 4th place finish last year at Philly Cricket. So I do like Patrick Cantlay up back in the Northeast. I think this is a good course that fits him as well. He ranks among the best in iron play. This is a course that demands that. Cantlay, another guy that can drive it pretty far too. I think distance is a big factor here. I do think driving accuracy obviously does matter too, but I think distance is a big factor here too as well. So,
no, absolutely, of course. So let's get into this next group of three. I like to call this group the Boys Club. So what I'm going to talk about now. Let's talk about JT, Jordan Spieth, and Ricky Fowler. These are three people that are going to get a ton of love in Philly. They're going to get a ton of action on the sports books. Out of those three, or rank those three for me. Who's going to compete this week? Who are you fading?
JT, Spieth, and Ricky.
Yep. Rank those three.
In that order. JT, Spieth, Ricky.
Really?
Yeah.
Even though Ricky's playing really good golf right now.
Dude, honestly, Ricky might be like the most disappointing guy ever on the PGA Tour.
See, I kind of disagree with you. I think if I had to rank him, I'd go Ricky, JT, Spieth.
JT's kind of trending. I don't mind him this week. I'm not betting him.
He's kind of trending, but he really hasn't contended. So it's not a bet.
He kind of has contended. He hasn't been there on Sunday, though. But he has contended.
He's been at the top of the leaderboard. He was last week.
Yeah.
He was last week for Thursday and Friday and the beginning of Saturday. And
wasn't he up there at Augusta for a little bit?
No.
Yeah, he was.
I think you remember. Maybe on Saturday or Friday, but never on Sunday.
No, I'm not talking about Sunday.
Well, in my books, to contend, you got to be in it on Sunday.
Yeah.
You disagree?
No, yeah. I mean, I do agree with that, but I'm talking about like just being up there too as well.
Yeah, I don't think any of those bets are for me either. If I had to make one, it would be on Ricky, but I don't mind it.
Nah, I don't like Ricky at all this week, honestly.
Okay. No, fair. I'm gonna get into my my next bet. This guy's a little longer down the board. He went to school with me for 1 year. Chris Gotterup. The Rutgers native, went to Oklahoma, so he knows Northeast golf. Won twice already this year. He's not playing as well as he was at the start of the season. I think that's why we're getting a better number on him now. I'm seeing some like 65 to 1s, like 60 to 1s around that range. And I think this is a pretty unfair number for a guy who kind of has somewhat of a homecoming, and he's won twice on the tour this year. So obviously he knows how to get it home across the line.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really for me. I do like Gotterup. I know we both hit him at the waist together. It's a good hit, but yeah, I can see why you do like it, Gotterup here. Just not for me though.
Yeah.
Don't really have much else to say. Yeah.
No, it's fair. So yeah, I'm gonna get there on Gotterup this week. He'll be my third bet on the card. And then yeah, I mean, is there anyone else you want to talk about a little longer down the board?
Honestly, I'm not really looking at the long shots. There's like a lot of trends at the PGA. Like you don't really see like a lot of besides like Jimmy Walker when you want to vault a straw. Like you don't see like a lot of the longer shot guys.
Phil
or like Phil. Yeah, Phil too. But
there's some guys. I
like
think
Brooks won 3 of them. You could have saw that coming. JT won 2. Scottie won 1 or 2.
There's 3 guys I want to give a shout because I think their numbers are a little unfair. Siwoo Kim, 65 to 1. Another guy, if he can make
I think Hideki's got an unfair number, actually. I do.
think Hideki is a very unfair number, but Hideki's driver has been so bad.
And he played terrible last week.
So bad, Jake. His driver is so bad. Like he might as well like ask a fan to go over there and tee it up because he is missing every fairway. But if the fairways aren't a big deal this week, then who knows? You know?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Another number I kind of liked where I was scrolling through my phone on FanDuel. What do you think about Sepp Straka? Won at the Cricket Club.
Yeah. I mean, he did win here last year, but
And it kind of seems maybe he gets a rainy, like in a cold Friday, kind of that
has
little
he
bit of a
really been
Uri.
doing anything as of late, though?
He played okay at the start of the year. I think he actually had a decent performance last week or in Doral. I think he came in the top 15.
Yeah,
So
I mean, it's not really for me. I know
no,
you
no,
do. I
I
know you kind
understand.
of
Like,
are. I know you kind of are a big Sep guy. So if you want to talk
yeah,
about it,
I think Steph's game's a little underrated. I mean, he's a Ryder Cupper, and I think if the weather plays a little colder this week on the first 2 days, I think Steph could contend.
yeah. If you want to know who I actually do kind of like a little bit,
Who's that?
I'm probably not going to bet him because my card is kind of a little like exposed. And my card, if I keep those four guys only, unless I go like deep. But I do like Tyrrell Hatton a lot this week too. I think he's been playing good golf lately. I think this is a course that's good for him.
Trying to get all the live bots in the chat, I see, huh?
uh, no, I do. I do think like Hatton's honestly been awesome in the majors. He's been contending. It's just like, can he come down to it? Like, he almost was there at the U.S. Open with Spawn and those guys. He almost was there at Augusta with Rory. Like,
Yeah. Any love for a guy like a veteran, like a Jason Day or an Adam Scott?
no love for either, honestly. I know some people do have that love for Adam Scott this week. I got no love for either, honestly, though.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to look down the board when this tournament's pretty much dominated by guys on the top half of the field.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, besides JJ Spawn, what's like the last like really, really big long shot winner?
Well, JJ Spawn was a U.S. Open, but for the PGA, like we
No,
said,
I'm
it's
talking about like major winner. Yeah.
like major winners in general. I think it's been the U.S. Open. It's been Spawn, and then Wyndham was like 80-1, I believe,
Yeah.
when he won his U.S. Open at LACC.
I don't
And
mind
then,
Patrick Reed. I don't mind Patrick Reed either, actually,
yeah, I
this
was
week.
just going to bring up Reed. Normally, you're a big Captain America fan, so I wanted to see what you think about him. He
Yeah, I mean,
hasn't played competitive golf since Augusta.
yeah, I mean, what's there not to like about him though? He had a T12 there at Augusta. He was contending the whole time. Had a shit Sunday, if we're being real. I do like Patrick Reed this week. I probably won't get there on him because, like I said, my card's kind of like just finalized. But I do think Patrick Reed's going to play good this week. I think he's going to get like a T14. He's definitely. I'm going to do a make a cut parlay. He'll definitely be on it. I think Patrick Reed, you're getting him at double the odds at Augusta. I know he is like a wizard at Augusta, but like these greens, these are like some massive greens too. Patrick Reed, one of the best putters on the tour. I think putting is pretty important here too this week, which kind of is the only scary thing about Brooks as well too, because I think these big ass greens kind of does scare me with his three jacking, but we'll see.
There is, you know who actually putted terribly last week on Sunday?
Cam Young.
Cam Young, and that scares the shit out of me as a guy who has a ticket on him. He was missing 5-footers, 6-footers.
What did he have, like 4-putt from 14 feet or something?
I don't even know. He 4-putted from like 14 feet and he missed like 3-4-footers. That scares the shit out of me. I'm gonna hope that's something like I'll go to the putting green, get that fixed real quick. But if that, you're gonna have a bunch of 4, 5, 6-footers for par this week that you're gonna have to knock on home because these greens are gonna get quick, and these greens are huge and they are heavily sloped. It is going to be hard. You need an elite putter to win this event.
What do you think about Mr.
Unless
Northeast?
you're sticking your tee shots extremely close.
What do you think about Mr. Northeast?
Brooks Koepka?
No, Keegan Bradley.
Oh, I actually think Keegan should have gotten another shot at the Ryder Cup, but that's another discussion. I like Keegan. I think Keegan will have the fans will all be behind him. So I think it'll be fun.
I'm going to name you 3 guys. Tell me who has the best chance that's going to win.
Yeah, before
Ready?
you name me these 3 guys. Yeah, go ahead. All right, go ahead. Let's hear it.
Joaquin Neiman, DJ, and Cam Smith.
So the live bots. Here's a problem with live. I'm not even sure how half these guys are playing.
Yeah,
I know DJ wasn't even in the field. He had to get like a special exemption.
Yeah, it's just a question.
No, it's a fair question. I saw Cam Smith fired his coach he'd had since he was 9 years old. I kind of like that.
Yeah,
So
he's been playing better now, though.
yeah. Here we got a question from Swift here. Let's show it up in the chat. Hey guys, Gary from Iowa. Great show. I'm looking for sleepers for DFS picks for DK. Any that pop off the top of your head. Y.E. Yang, the longtime champion from multiple years ago, took down Tiger. John Perry or my boy, Gary Woodland, but he's a little more expensive. Jake, you got a sleeper play for Gary from Iowa here?
Yeah, definitely not Y.E. Yang or John Perry, but I don't mind Gary this week. We were talking about this could be a course where you kind of just bomb it down there and go with your wedges and stuff. Gary's got to win this year. He's been playing good lately. So what do you think about Gary this week?
Yeah, I think Gary could be a good DFS play. I think he might be a popular play, but nothing wrong if he comes through. I think if you're looking for a sleeper pick kind of in the Gary land, I think I'd go with someone maybe like I think Alex Fitzpatrick could play well this week. His form's incredible.
What about Sanjay? I actually don't mind Sanjay too, right?
Yeah,
he's like,
Sanjay's okay,
and his odds are like a lot better too. He's like 160.
I think if it turns into a bomb and wedge competition, I think Michael Thorbjornsen could be worth a look in DFS as well.
Yeah.
But again, he hasn't contended in too many majors, but I think this could be a place where he pops up. Another question from Swift. I also noticed Brandon Shattuck is from PA and made the cut in the tourney in 2024. Any hope for him? Jake, any hope for him?
Nah, no hope, really.
Yeah, I'm there with you. No hope for any of the PGA pros unless your name's Michael Block, right, Jake?
Nah, Blocky, no hope for Blocky either.
No hope for Blocky. You're a Blocky guy.
Nah, no hope for Blocky this year. Are you doing like any like make cuts or any like top placements or like each ways or?
Guys, keep filling up the chat with questions. We're gonna get to them all. Am I doing any top places? I think I might get to a Siwoo top 20.
Yeah. Honestly, I was kind of thinking about like a Cam Smith placement, but if not, he will definitely be in like my cut parlay. But
what's the love from Cam Smith coming from?
Yeah, I just like you kind of mentioned before, I kind of do like getting rid of the coach, going back to his old guys, getting new clubs. He got like an interview, like an off the side interview this week, and he was talking about he's been playing a lot better lately. He was like a T14 or something like that last week. So
yeah,
he hasn't been playing that good since he dominated when he won the Open, won the Players like 2022, 2023, then went to Live. But just to like either make the cut, which would probably be plus odds here because it's a field of 156, and I think top 70 make the cut, top 70 and ties here. So yeah, I don't mind Cam Smith.
Yeah, definitely. All right, here's a question for you. 2-part question. What is your dream showdown for Sunday? And what do you think would pull in the most TV ratings on Sunday?
Dream showdown. Brooks by a touchdown. And then what was your other question? I think you're lagging. Technical difficulties.
Yeah, just a little I'm back. Yeah. Sorry, guys. A little technical difficulties.
Yeah,
yes, what were you going to say?
I said dream situation is probably Brooks by a touchdown.
All right, and what's the biggest TV rating play?
I mean, it's got to be a Scottie Rory showdown. I would probably hate to see that, but for TV ratings, or honestly, like a Bryson Rory, or like a Scottie Bryson, or like a Scottie Rom.
Yeah, get that live involved.
or like as you know, there's no like Tiger, Phil, or like any iconic guys really. Or maybe like actually like Brooks is pretty popular. Maybe like a Brooks, Rory,
Brooks Bryson.
or yeah.
Yeah, I think dream scenario would be. I think it'd be like I think Brooks Bryson would be my dream scenario. I do.
I think that would be a cool final pairing.
Yeah, I think ratings wise, I think it would actually be Rory Spieth. People want to see Spieth complete the Grand Slam.
Right, I forgot about Spieth actually. True.
Yep. All right, guys, we're gonna get off in probably 5 to 10 minutes. So leave those last minute questions. Swift with a little comment here. Spurs up 59-47 early in the third quarter. Jake, what are your thoughts on their ruling on Wemby's playing tonight?
Yeah, I mean, Adam Silver probably just wanted to do it for the money, but I think if a lot of other people did that, they would be suspended. But
Yeah,
who knows?
I do think that it probably should have been another game, but
We're probably cooked in postseason too. So
yeah, postseason team was shot. We took a bunch of, we got a couple Celtics, took LeBron. Another NBA question for you, Jake, while we're on the topic, because they were talking about it today on every talk show across the country. I walked into the golf course today, and they're playing it on TV. LeBron James, last game as a Laker, last game in the NBA. What do you think?
yeah, I think he's got one left in him. I think he wants to go out on like a known retirement tour, kind of like Kobe did. So I think he's going to do like something like that.
Yeah, I mean, he said he doesn't want that, but I do think LeBron wants one more run at the title or at least the conference finals before.
I think he's like pissed he didn't have like Luka with him too, because it would have been a whole different story.
I mean, if you're going to retire, you want to be like, I lost at full strength, and you're missing your running mate in Luka. And
your running mate, your best player. Luka's better than him. Their best player.
Luka's defense is so bad, so the Thunder probably still would have eaten them alive, but you definitely want to go down with all your.
Yeah, but scoring was a problem for them too in a couple of games.
Yeah, I think, but Marcus Smart's defense was a lot better than Luka's would have been.
Yeah. All right. So, what's your card this week?
Yeah, let's get into it. We'll finish up with our cards, and we'll leave the chat with one hot take. So yeah, you go first. Let's hear your card.
Yeah. So, like I said, I was either going to do the Scottie or Cam Young and Ludwig, and I'm going the Cam Young and Ludwig route. Scottie will probably win by a field goal, so fuck. But excuse my language. But yeah, I'm betting Cam Young. I'm betting Ludwig. I'm betting Brooks, and I'm betting Cantlay.
Yeah, no. So my card is I got those two futures we talked about. I got the 80-1 Cam Young. I got the 65-1 Brooks. I'm also going to get there on Chris Goddard to win. And then I think I might get there on maybe a Jason Day or maybe someone like that. Some veteran I think could plot around. Someone kind of who's not really the type we're looking for.
You're betting a guy 80-1. You have 65-1. And then you're betting Goddard up at 60. Why don't you bet another like guy closer to the higher, like?
Because I don't want Scottie to win. I think everybody.
Well, I know you do have Cam Smith, and honestly, Brooks is like the 8th favorite if you actually think about it. So
yeah, I mean, I have my guys. I think it's going to be Cam Young or Brooks. I really do. Like, if you put
you don't think Ludwig has a chance?
Jake, we talked about this, dude. He can't close. The guy can't close. How can you bet a guy who can't close?
Because he's been there before. What's your card?
A question from Swift. What about Bryce or Rory? I think he means Bryson or Rory. If you had to pick between those two, who would you put your bet on?
Yeah, probably Rory. I think Rory's just, besides that Saturday round, Rory actually played pretty good at last week. Coming off the Masters win and start before too. Bryson has kind of been like, been in the headlines lately at Live, like we were talking about earlier. So yeah, I'm not really there on Bryson. And honestly, I know like a lot of people are looking at like that 2018 leaderboard and stuff like that, but of course, I know it was like a lot different since then. And who won that? Keegan, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I didn't really like account. I don't know if you really like even accounted for that, but I know the course is a lot different than it was like 8 years ago.
He says Bryson has great course history here, right? Not at this course specifically, but Bryson in this event and how the PGA sets it up has had great success in PGA
Hey,
Championship.
Bryson did win at Winged Foot when kind of the strategy was kind of just bomb and go from there. And that was in the Northeast course in New York. So who knows?
The more we keep talking about it, the more I'm starting to like Bryson as a play, to be honest, because it seems like everyone's kind of off him. And I think it's exactly when you kind of want
And
to
the odds, and the odds are kind of dropping too, but who knows?
Yeah, I know. I could definitely see why Bryson would be a play for some people this week, especially building your DFS lineups. He's not going to be popular, so he could be a good play.
Yeah, no doubt, though.
Yeah. All right, guys, leave your last-minute questions here for us. Jake, leave us with one hot take about the PGA Championship. What happens this week?
Hot take. I think, I did say 14 under, but I think there is a chance this can get to a minus 20 or higher winner this week.
Yeah. Little question from Swift here.
I think, honestly, I think this course can get away very quickly. I think I think this course can get very gettable. I know we were talking about the firm conditions, but there's also a chance that it can get gettable too at the same time. So,
No, absolutely. Swift says you think Rory bounces back after losing the Masters and falling down last tourney. Rory won the Masters, but maybe he means Rose, Jake, because Rose lost the Masters and he's been complaining a little bit. Let's talk about Justin Rose a little bit, because I know I spoke on him a little bit, but
yeah, I bet him at the Masters. Actually, he was up to going into the back nine, drilled like a 17-footer for birdie on 9. I was going crazy in my basement. Up to had like a 30-1 future. Would have won like a grand. Was so happy, but after that, went like bogey, duffed a chip on 12, another bogey. So easily shot himself out of contention very quickly, and from there he just had no chance. So. And then Rory kind of just dominated. So,
yeah, I mean, did you say why you're out on Rory this week? Did you say why?
Yeah, we kind of talked about it. Yeah, like the odds just aren't there for me.
I think maybe a little bit of a Masters hangover.
Yeah, I mean, he did play. Like I said, he did play good last week, but yeah, you don't really like how he's kind of just like sitting out and stuff. But he played the Masters a lot before. He played the PGA Championship like once, and then went down there. We were talking about that he left early today, so
Yeah.
I don't mind. Right. I don't mind Rose though, but who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, I mean it's not for me, but again, that's why these guys show up to the course and they play it. One last comment from Swift here. Hope to see you guys on the channel again soon. Yeah, absolutely.
No doubt. Thank you for having us. Yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate. Thank you to Fantasy Savvy for having us. We'll probably come back on for the rest of the majors, do a U.S. Open show.
Maybe come back for some NFL.
Yeah, we'll come back for some of the NFL. I mean, keep coming back to Fantasy Savvy. I know they got a ton
NBA
of
playoffs, maybe.
Yeah, I know
God, you keep cutting in and out. You good? Nice one, though.
Sorry.
Nice
Yeah, I think Mom just unplugged the router, but God damn it. All right, so one last Beverly. Yeah. So I know Fantasy Savvy has a bunch of best ball stuff coming up, so come back here for that. And we will be back for the U.S. Open. We'll do some other major shows, and we'll be back talking some fantasy football. We'll get into those drafts as well. Thank you guys for joining, and talk to you soon. Go Brooksy.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's go. Let's have a good week, everyone.